You have to reduce taxes, even if it means abolishing the poor laws.
Idia, not you too! Has this man poisoned your mind?
No, I'm thinking clearly, Alternis. Your poor laws are wonderful. I truly believe that. And I understand why you want to protect them. But they have to be sustainable. Someone has to pay for them. If the country collapses, no one will be protected. What use will your poor laws be then?
You sorely disappoint me, Idia. You would so callously abandon those in need?
It's not like that.
Oh, but it is. If you are prepared to embrace this scoundrel and his inhumane policies, you leave me no choice. I warn you, Idia. Is this your final decision? Then the debate is over, Idia. My sword will speak for the orphans you would abandon. I am the Dark Knight, Alternis dim. You would forsake the common people? You will taste my anger and my steel! children are our greatest treasure. A nation that forsakes them has no future. But let us speak of another future. Our future. Yes, you will be my bride. And I shall be your...
This isn't the time for proposals, you ninny!
No! The nation of my dreams is no more. Curse you!
Wait! Alternis!
Wonderful! Your father would be proud of you. Now it's time to put this nation back on its feet. I am already working on a major public works project to repair the engines. Yes, Grand Ship will fly once more.
Don't be ridiculous! You're just as bad as Alternis! You're already talking about building projects? About making Grand Ship fly again? It's too early for that. Your first job is the economy. There's no need to go from one extreme to the other. The middle ground is nice. Try it. You'll need to learn to compromise, to work together, like adults.
Yes, ma'am.
The taxes on foodstuffs were cut to almost nothing. I can't tell you how much easier things are now.
Yeah, since the tax reform, business has been booming all over Grand Ship.
Oh, I'm starving.
Me too.
It's too bad about the poor laws, though. The orphans have had a rough time of it.
And what about Alternis?
He hasn't been around much, not since the engine room meeting. He's been running all over the place, trying to help the orphans.
I guess it's not easy to keep the coffers full and look after the poor at the same time.
Perhaps. And perhaps not?
Huh?
All right, everyone. Time for the Eat Your Fill buffet.
Eat your fill?
Yeah, with the tax cuts, the merchants are finally turning a profit again.
And they've been donating their extra profits to help feed the children. Aw, ain't that sweet?
Wow, that's really generous.
Beg your pardon. I heard there were some children here looking for work.
You bet there are, right behind you.
Oh, don't you two look keen. If you apprentice with me, I'll pay for your schooling. What do you say?
You got it, mister. We'll work hard and study hard, too.
With the nation's economy improving, people are taking up the slack to look after the kids. Grand Ship should be proud of itself.
I think so too. It was all thanks to you, Idia. Oh, I didn't really do anything. I just said what was on my mind.
Idia, my dear, the food won't last forever, you know. Aren't you going to dig in?
You don't have to ask twice. Look, you just can't cut taxes like this. The poor laws are too important.
What? Are you mad, girl?
I get it. It might seem crazy to risk financial ruin just to take care of the poor. But if you think of a country as a family, then it's not crazy at all. Families have to take care of their sick, their elderly, and most of all, their children. Those who can't work need to be supported. What kind of nation are you if you can't do that?
Precisely. Such a nation, such a family, would not be worthy of the name.
This is story-eyed nonsense, you hear me? Nonsense! A society where the able-bodied must toil endlessly to put food on the plates of strangers? Such a nation is sick and broken!
Look who's talking nonsense now. You want to know what's sick and broken? Turning a blind eye to those who suffer, that's what.
I see your game. In order to crush my proposal, you would drive me into exile. I ask you again, Hilary, where do you stand? The fate of a nation hangs in the balance. You are a fool. Now I must educate you the hard way. The much beloved former king of Ansheim, now newly minted Grand Ship Minister of Taxation, and holder of the Time Mage Asterisk, Eloquentus Khamer the Eighth shall now do battle!
You ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm back and better than ever.
Let's give him all we've got!
taxation policy. This was to be my great comeback! But now, I must start from scratch again!
No, wait!
Well done, Idia. I knew I could count on you to make the right decision. The children are safe from that crook and his heartless policies. They need not fear hunger ever again.
Look, Alternis.
But we cannot stop here. We must provide them with even better food and build new schools, the finest in the world!
Alternis! You can't keep spending like this. Not if you really want to help the kids. Yes, they're the future and they need support. But they also need a nation to inherit. Your poor laws should provide the basic necessities. Enough so the children and elderly can get by. And yes, you need to tax the working people to pay for what's needed, but within reason. That's how you build a strong nation. Having ideals is good, just so long as you don't trample over other people's rights to achieve them.
Yes, you speak the truth.
Is it true? They're raising taxes again?
That's what they say.
30,000 peeg for cheese, 40,000 for a slice of ham. Just as tasty, I say.
Did I go too far? I mean, you can't have the poor laws if there's no money to pay for them.
Oh, it's all right. There'll be money enough soon.
Really?
It's true, the taxes here are absurd and the price is ridiculous. But the crafts we produce are the finest in the realm. People all over are lining up to pay top coin for them.
Added value, the economists call it. We turn wood from the forest into ships, tools, accessories, you name it. Sure, things cost a lot, but everyone's making enough to pay for it all, including the proprietress here.
Ain't that the truth?
And when the kids graduate from the new schools we built, they'll put their education to work and make more wealth. Yep. People know the government's got their backs, so they're not afraid to marry and raise lots of kids. Grandship's growing stronger day by day, all thanks to your ideals, Idia.
Gee, I mean, that's good to hear.
That reminds me. Remember that counselor? The one with the funny metal hat?
Ah, the self-appointed Minister of Tax.
Huh? Self-appointed?
Yeah, it turns out he wasn't even a citizen, which meant he wasn't eligible to be elected counselor in the first place. He kept giving speeches about developing heavy industry, fixing the engines, putting Grandship back in the sky.
Well, he ran out of money, couldn't pay his room and board, and had to turn to the poor laws for handouts.
Ha! He appreciated the poor laws then, didn't he? Wouldn't shut up about how brilliant they were.
Eventually, he left the country, found some former employee of his to take him in. Any idea where he might be?
Can't say that I do.
It's just nice to see the children happy. That's the most important thing, right?
Definitely. The other stuff is negotiable, but a country has to protect its children.
That reminds me. Take a look at these, will you? The Chamber of Commerce wants to market them to tourists, but I thought it best to get your permission first.
Our permission? For what? Huh? The beloved heroes of Grandship, A tapestry depicting the Warriors of Light?
Whoa! Check out this pewter mug set! It's got my face on it! Look, novelty wooden swords. Hewn of the finest wood.
How much for one of those? Ah! 1 million peeg? Your merchants sure know how to turn a profit.
Ain't that the truth?